the past, the present, the future. I present you with my TED Talk. I can't do this. I can't do this formal. This doesn't represent the theme of my genius hour. Look at this. Oh, it's TED. Look, it's TED. No, we're gonna switch it up. Oh, this is better. Now we can get into the TED Talk. Hello everyone. Welcome to my Genius Hour project, TED Talk. Let's dive right into the story. This boat was gifted to me by my uncle, who called me up and said, "John, you said you always wanted a boat, so I got a boat for you." So I picked it up, saw that it needed a lot of love, and decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to make this a restoration project, having no experience with majority of woodworking techniques and restoration techniques. But I dove right in. Why? Well, I relate it back to me hopping on a roller coaster. I hate roller coasters, but when I went on a roller coaster, I felt like such a rush walking out of that experience, and it was mainly because I conquered that fear. And I love that feeling, and I wanted to chase that feeling with this boat. I'm terrified of this boat, but I love it at the same time because it gives me that rush every time I accomplish something with it. And I want to inspire others to hopefully take on something that they're sort of afraid of, embrace that, get out of your comfort zone, and who knows what you're going to learn from that new experience. So, in addition to inspiring people, I also wanted to talk about the learning experiences from this project. It's not just learning about restoration techniques and woodworking techniques. This is also a lot about various other learning experiences that I'm going to get into with this TED Talk, so let's get started. To begin, this Genius Hour taught me an important lesson on research and why it's important. With an activity like this, it's very definitely possible you're just going to jump right into it and get started. If that's your ticket in, take it. Get in there, just do something at the beginning that's going to sort of hook your interest in and keep you in it for the long haul. However, research is very important for a variety of things, like making sure you're doing the right technique, the best possible technique for the application that you're doing, and also what materials you need and what materials are better or have advantages over other materials. So research is definitely, it might not be the thing that is your first step to getting started into embracing that activity, but it's definitely something that you're going to need to do. Another important lesson that I learned from this is don't rush things. Take your time, put the research in, and find the best way to do something, or what you feel is the best way to do something. If you're running out of time that day, if you're not in a good mood, if you're feeling a little bothered and you're forcing yourself to get the task done, step away from it. This is a project that isn't meant to, meet a specific deadline. This is something for yourself to make you get out of that comfort zone and acknowledge your potential of things you're uncomfortable with. Don't rush it. Take your time. You're also going to end up saving yourself well, not a lot of money, but you're going to end up saving yourself some money and a lot of your time by not rushing into these things. I know this because I rushed myself with a couple of things. I put a couple new holes in the boat, which I needed to fill, which holes and boats don't really mix in the water, as everyone knows. So that was because I was frustrated with it. So don't rush it. Do not rush it. I've also noticed that we also have a lesson on the importance of prioritization within this project. If you make something a top priority, has a higher chance of getting done. You're thinking about it more often, and it's just going to provide you with a better result because you're considering your options regarding various steps to in this case, the restoration process. You're taking more time to work on it, and it avoids definitely what I was talking about before, this sense of needing to rush or to get things done right away. If you make it a priority, you definitely are going to be more aware of what needs to get done when, and it's going to provide you with a better result. I prioritized the boat. I made sure that I achieved at least one of the various goals that I set out for myself to do, and I got it done. I would set out to research varnish, epoxies, and to go out and get them. And that's what I did. I set out to ensure that this piece was going to get planed by today. And as you can see, if you check on my blog, you know what this is. This piece, it's already planed down and it's to the shape that we want it, pretty much. Just this middle part needs to be done. So prioritization equals an increase in productivity. Another lesson is do a project that makes you feel the way you want to feel doing a project that you're new to, an experience that is out of your comfort zone. If that experience is not providing you with those feelings that you want to feel, check in with yourself and see if there's a way to change the project or to maybe consider doing another project. Because for me, I set out to do this boat because it makes me feel a sense of calm, or being calm, a sense of accomplishment, pride. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I've persevered. It makes me feel that I'm being challenged. And those are the feelings I wanted and that I chase with this project. If I don't feel those feelings, then I step away from it, because those are usually in moments where I feel frustrated or I feel like I need to get something done right away, and I rush myself, and that leads to mistakes, and that leads to wasted time, and it doesn't lead to fun. So find yourself a project that makes you feel those things, and if it's not, see if you can change it up. See if you can, maybe it wasn't the project for you, and that's okay. It's this whole journey about chasing new experiences is to discover what you enjoy and how you enjoy it and how it makes you feel. So definitely pick something that makes you feel the way you want to feel. Okay, so to end off, just briefly, I want to definitely emphasize that there were several challenges with this project. The main one was putting too high of an expectation on myself. I thought this boat was going to be in the water by the end of the project. It definitely is not going to be there. But after getting over that, putting that high expectation on myself, I realized that with projects like this, it's important to give yourself a pat on the back for the small accomplishments, because it keeps that fire burning, that passion burning to continue on with the project. If you don't do that, you're just going to, previously, before the Genius Hour, I experienced burnout. I was tired of the lack of progress. I put too high of a standard on myself, and I stepped away from the boat for several months. And now I realize that I need to acknowledge myself for the smaller things, and just because it's not in the water doesn't mean that it's not going to get done. It just means it's going to take a little bit of time, and that's okay. So I hope you all have learned something from this TED Talk. I hope you have been following me along this journey. It's going to continue. The final product is going to be this boat in the water. So my last blog post is definitely going to be me on the water. I do plan to continue doing the blog after the Genius Hour project so that I can show myself in the water. But for now, this Genius Hour project has definitely opened my eyes to what is possible if you get out of that comfort zone and you make yourself open to the adventure of being uncomfortable. So thank you very much, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.